Let's dive right in. Which Big Three championship
Ooh.
was more special and why? I got my answer. Let me hear yours.
Wow, it's a great one.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, I mean, because
I'm going with the first one.
you go first. I got my own reasons.
Yeah, the first championship was the most special one because I hadn't had one yet. You already had.
Yes,
That's one. So it's always going to be my favorite one.
yes.
Two, if we don't win that championship, who the fuck knows what happens?
This is a great point. They blow that shit up.
We ain't getting a number
They
two.
blow that shit up.
So for me, number one by a landslide, just because even what we went through that season, right? You have the ending to the season like we had before,
Yes.
which is Dallas, awful,
Terrible.
right? Lockout, gets late start, get
Yeah.
the bumping. Chris Bosh goes down, right? Kevin Love. I'm talking about Cleveland now.
Yes.
Cleveland now. But Chris Bosh goes down. You go into Boston, game 6,
Yes.
down 3-2. They're looking to close out.
Great point.
How epic that LeBron James game was.
Great point.
And then
So
winning.
So the first one.
The first one for me, it's. I mean, obviously it's close, right? You don't want to too many favorites, and when you're talking about your children, but we just don't know if there is a second one. We don't get the first one. So you'd already had one, so you're a legend. I'm not.
Yes,
that's why.
It's a lot of clutter in here. A lot of the championships starting to run together on me. But I'm gonna say the second one.
Ooh,
I'm gonna say the second one just because I've never been in a situation where we lost game 1 and we were more confident that we were going to still win the championship. Do you remember losing game 1 in OKC and walking back to the locker room and like, oh, we got these motherfuckers? Like, it was the craziest shit in the world. We had literally just lost game 1 and we walked back in the locker room like, oh, we got these motherfuckers. Like, that's it? Like, and that was crazy to me. And then we proceeded to run off 4 in a row and win it. But obviously, if everybody understood, what OKC was able to do that year with Russ and James Harden, KD and Serge Ibaka. I mean, they were loaded. You know what I'm saying? That was a good basketball team, a good young basketball team. So even though we had LeBron and we had D Wade, I mean, they had their own big three, and it was a younger version of a big three. And I think people thought that.
So you think 2 against San Antonio was more important? It was your favorite over the OKC one?
Yeah, just for me it was. I remember I was already used to winning, Killer. I had won a couple. I'm sorry. I already won. I was used to winning already, so it's a little different for me. But the second one started off, on the road, losing game 1 and walking back into that locker room, and I never, because usually when you lose game 1 in a playoff series, especially the finals, it's fucking panic.
Man,
you're
listen.
nervous. It's like, what the fuck?
Listen.
We lost game 1. We can't lose anymore. We go down 0-2. We in trouble. It was none of those feelings. It was none of that. When remember we walked in that locker room and we was like, oh, we just let one go.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man. Like you try to express as a player to friends, to family, to anybody that'll listen, what playoff basketball and NBA Finals basketball is, and you said it there. And it's freaking hilarious that you said it is like. It's wild, the emotional roller coaster you're on. You win a game, it's like, oh, man, we fucking win this series easy. You lose a game, like, oh, we have no chance.
The world is over. It's the end of the world. You want to take a long walk on a short pier.
When you get done, as broke as my body was, I think I was probably more emotionally wrecked than I was physically, which says a lot. So I'm going number 1. He's going number 2.
Yeah, I'm
Good
going
question,
number
though.
2. But, I mean, listen, but what I will say is one of my favorite moments is, as broken as your body was, knocking down them shots with one shoe, Killer. That was one of the reasons why it almost made me pick the first one. Because that was one of my favorite moments to be a part of, to watch you make those shots all fucked up like that.
Do you think the toughness associated with the Heat culture sometimes has a negative effect when trying to acquire players in free agency? The answer is absolutely not.
Yeah, only if you're lazy. And if you're lazy, then you ain't trying to win any motherfucking way.
Yeah.
And we don't want your lazy ass anyway. So, I mean, for me, I don't think so at all. I mean, culture, a standard is for guys that want to get better and want to be held to a standard and want to push themselves to be their best version. Obviously, you're not going to be able to do that every day. You have to have that structure, that culture, those people around you, and that pushes you there. Now, that's why we make it clear, and it's very clear about the culture that it is not for everybody. We're not saying this is the only way. Yep. This is just the Miami Heat way. This is our way. You know what I mean? And it's not for everybody. And some people are able to reach their best versions in a way more lackadaisical, less demanding, and less stressful environment. For me, I need the chaos. I need the stress. I need to be held to that standard every single day to create that habit.
I think it's a fair question, but I think it's flipped the other way. I think it's actually what attracts people. If you really want to win and you want to be a part of something, like going somewhere else in free agency or anything that you do, there's always unknowns. Yes. With the Heat, there's no unknowns.
Yes.
You know what the fuck you're getting. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So if you're willing to listen and sit down and really want to focus in, listen, man, like I think it's not a negative effect. It's actually a positive thing. I think people look at it like that's where I want to be.
Yeah.
Because this is what I want, and there's a lot less unknowns, right? When you go into free agency, you never have to experience this.
Yeah.
You have free agency, but you never left. I've been on the side of it where I've been traded, free agency, I've done it all, right? The hardest thing is the unknown.
Yes.
You don't know what they do you don't know how the operation works. Here, there's no questions.
I mean, bro, listen. There's been KD wanted to come. You know, Dame wanted to come. There's been guys that have wanted to come, but there's a business side of it that gets in the way sometimes. But there have been guys that have given Miami attention and opened the doors to making a move to Miami. Now, the business side of it comes into play, and it just hasn't worked out. But guys have been wanting to come to play in the city of Miami. You know what I mean? And that's because they want to be a part of the culture, and the coach is winning. You know what I mean? So, you know, for me, like you said, there's the other side of it is if the Heat culture is pushing you away, then you're probably not a worker anyway.
What was y'all reaction in the moment when Ray hit the legendary three-pointer in Game 6?
Shit, I was like, Ray, get them goddamn ropes out of here.
Yeah.
I was like, Ray, get them damn ropes up out of here. No, man, listen. Once again, you talk about the playoffs, and you talk about how much of an emotional roller coaster. I remember being down on my knees on that sideline, like just bent over on my knees like I'm praying, watching that game, and then all of a sudden Ray hits that shot, and I'm jumping up. Like just the emotional roller coaster. Being able to handle all those emotions and still stay locked in and focus on the task at hand, I think is what people don't understand is the hardest part.
And that was a crazy game anyways. We went from being down 11 going in the fourth to going up to going back down. Missed free throws, made free throws, blah, 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 tip outs. The thing we keep saying that emotional roller coaster, because even for me, like I was so fucking excited for about 3 seconds, and all of a sudden I thought to myself man, Ray, please don't have your heel on the line.
Man.
please don't have your toe on the line.
I had a perfect view from the angle on the bench.
Don't have your heel on the baseline or the sideline, and don't have your toe on the three-point line. Because I'm telling you, man, like, and we've touched on it on our podcast before. The fact that Ray practiced that exact shot
every single day, but
the fact that he could get those puppies in between those two lines, backpedaling like that, is still amazing. That's why to me when it went in, I was like, oh shit. But I'm like, man, how the fuck did he do it?
Because he fucking lay down in I walk in the fucking gym and he's in the. He jump up right behind that shoot. Like, what the fuck is Ray doing? Now I see.
But he's got to have a size 13. There ain't much more room.
He literally got up out of the casket, got behind the line, and shot the three.
He got up out the casket. No, but that shit was elite, though, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Thank you, Jesus.
You never know, though. That's what I would say, man. I mean, Ray's preparation, we thought it was crazy, but you never know when you got to fucking get up off the ground from chasing a loose ball and get behind the three-point line, or a tip out, and you got to get behind the three without looking down, get your feet set and knock it down. And that shit just come from hours of repetition, dog. People don't even understand how professional Ray was. You know what I'm saying? Running on the treadmill every day, getting his shots. So, I mean, that's one thing that I think you and I can say about, that experience. It wasn't just about winning championships. We learned so much.
Oh, God.
We learned so much, bro, from some of the greats and why they were great. We got to see it firsthand.
Man, it was a gumbo soup full of routines and habits.
I like that gumbo.
You know what I mean? Like, it literally was. It was like, if for any kid, coach, player, it don't matter. A person that wants to thrive to be good at something, or great at something, I should say, and be at a high level, if you could have been a fly on the wall of that team, and again, we're biased as shit, but that team was so dope for so many different ways. Guys buying in, guys sacrificing, elite talent. And then just seeing their preparations, their routines, their habits. It wasn't fucking holding people's hands, man. Like, it was guys that wanted to play more minutes left, but we still did the shit that we had to do every day for preparation for moments like that. And it's just like, to me, it was that's some of the stuff I take for anything I do in life anymore was from that team.
Man, no,
Whether it was a culture from the organization, was it the locker room camaraderie, was it? It was. There was so many things, man. Like it's changed me as a person, really.
And that's the biggest thing that I think you said, because anything that I do in life, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to business and different things like that, I understand the impact of the people around you.
Mm-hmm.
I understand having good people around you.
Mm-hmm.
I understand having those uncomfortable but worth it having conversations.
Mm-hmm.
I understand what it means to push somebody to be their best version on days they don't feel like being pushed. You know what I'm saying? I understand what all those feel like and I understand how to do those things because of being around that group. You know what I'm saying? Because what people don't understand, as much as I might have wanted sometimes CB's minutes or sometimes you might have wanted more minutes, we all cared for each other.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Outside the basketball court, you wanted to see CB do well. I wanted to see Dwayne do well. You wanted to see D. Wade and Brown. We all wanted to see the guys that were playing in front of us do well. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy though, for even though
success.
Yes, even though it was basketball, it's like it's really like it's such a blessing. And again, this is not to be corny or anything about it. Like with that team, it was like going to a TED Talk or something, like seeing successful people in their environments.
Yes.
Right. It's like it's getting free schooling, and I mean that like since we've had the OGs, every guest that we've had on that's been special in their field, there's common denominators, man. And you see it, and when you see it firsthand, you see, again, you had some seasons in Miami, even though you're here the whole time, that weren't so successful. I had seen it. I've seen being really bad. Yes. And you start seeing why you're really bad, why teams are bad. So like it was literally like getting schooled and getting like a doctorate like that. Yes. You know what I mean? Because you're taking Ray Allen, who's been doing this forever. Right, you have James Jones who attacks it completely different, but you got LeBron who brought it every single day. You see D Wade in those moments. Chris Bosh, who is a silent fucking assassin, like Birdman, bringing his energy and being him every day. Like, and I mean this. Like our practices were fucking more lit than games.
Oh my gosh.
And like we should have sold tickets to those.
And I think people don't understand. I think if I'm not mistaken, Bron made a quote the other day, and he talked about the teams and he talked about that group. And he was just saying a group of dogs.
Dogs.
And, I think people understood how talented we were. I don't think people understood how hard we worked. How hard we worked and how hard we worked against each other. Because iron literally was sharpening iron every day. It was a reason why Spo put me on the opposite team from CB, from Chris Bosh. You know what I'm saying? It was a reason why he would put D. Wade on the opposite team from LeBron.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? It was a reason why. Because he knew that even though Chris was on my team, I couldn't wait. My brothers, y'all know that sound. It's time. It's time to talk about stepping up your grooming without stepping all over your wallet. Introducing the Handyman Rocket Man Special Edition from Manscaped, the ultimate grooming tool designed to deliver precision and comfort in one sleek, easy-to-use device. Whether you're looking for a trim, a shape, or a detailed touch-up, the Handyman Rocket Man is built to handle shaving your face with ease. The Handyman is a sleek, powerful, compact shaver that helps guys ditch the mess. Cordless and designed for convenience. It easily fits in the bathroom drawer or slips into an overnight gym bag for easy grooming on the go. It's engineered with a unique dual blade system featuring a standard 4 shaver and a long hair trimmer blade to handle up to 3 days of beard growth. What's even better is the Handyman comes equipped with skin safe technology designed to help reduce nicks and cuts for the perfect clean shave. Whether you're a grooming newbie or a seasoned pro, the Handyman is the perfect upgrade to your grooming regimen. But there's limited quantities available, fellas, so you gotta act fast. Join the over 11 million men who trust Manscaped and upgrade to the Handyman Rocket Man. You can use my code OGs for 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code OGs at manscaped.com. Don't miss out. Upgrade your grooming game with Manscaped today.